Hello and welcome back to the channel. I hope you all have been fine and fantastic. As you see, we're back with the chapter 3.1 of the 4-star Cavalier challenge, meaning Quest-5, I reckon. And for the path, we are bringing pretty much rogue, only rogue, because as you can see, there are nodes that mutant champions can benefit from, and pretty much we'll be using rogue for the whole path, and then hopefully solo the boss with human torch. So for this fight, you pretty much want to maintain your distance, because all professors, all hits except for the first medium, are non-contact based, and hence you cannot parry them. And also he will place a Falter debuff on you from time to time, and there are two ways you can counter that. One, you can use a champion who can anyway bypass miss, or you can also trigger that Falter while he is stunned. I mean, you can simply parry Professor and then fake one hit so that the Falter timer falls off, and then hopefully continue the fight normally. And so the node on the path gives mutant champions a chance to regenerate for every hit on your special attack, and also every time you trigger regeneration, you also happen to gain a passive fury buff, increasing your attack by 35%, and the max is 10 stacks. So basically you want to get those 10 charges as soon as possible, and hopefully make the fights a lot easier. So ideally you would want to bring a mutant champion who can regenerate on its own, or maybe also have a prowess ability like maybe a Storm Pyramid X or Magneto, the newly buffed Magneto. But just for the fun purpose, we'll be using Rogue, because additionally to the universal node, we also have Power Seal on the path I'm going through, and Rogue, as you know, for the Power Seal path is just so sweet. So this is pretty much the first fight, and as we go on, I'll try to explain each and every fight, and also the boss fight hopefully. And if I do not make any silly mistakes, which I usually do, it should be flawless. So let's see. Oh, just like this. As I was talking, I make a lot of silly mistakes like this, because I suck at playing slow, you know. So this is sorted. The first fight is sorted, and then we move on to the next one, which is of course Storm Pyramid X. That's another interesting matchup for a rogue, because as you know, Storm Pyramid X happens to gain prowess buffs whenever she reaches a bar of power, and so the idea is to kind of let her get those prowess buffs, and then eventually steal those with a special one, and happily deal huge chunk of damage. So it's fun. So let's go. Let's start by letting her gain those prowess buffs, and we can steal up to 5 charges from her, and then hopefully do a massive damage. So let's start. We steal power so that she cannot use special attack, and again, and hopefully now we can use our special one to steal the prowess, and hopefully Now's the time, I guess. Oh, it didn't crit. Okay, let's repeat that, and hopefully we'll happen to do some great number of damage. Okay, still power. Let's go 3, 5. Alright, you're almost ready. Okay, go. Nice, nice, that was nice. 22. Can we do it once again? Come on. Alright, she lost her prowess. So you still have power. She has 6 of them. Sorted. So, as you see, fights are pretty simple and straightforward. You just have to be just have to either find a champion who can deal with the regeneration and stuff, and or otherwise just simply bring a mutant champion who can possibly either regenerate or gain a prowess buff, or anyway the node will offer you regeneration and hence you furious eventually. So for the next fight we have this stealth suit Spider-Man who doesn't have any complications, like apart from that evasion chances, which at the start of the fight and also after his special ones he has a chance to evade you. He actually has a evasion buff from which he can evade you only once. So you just want to bait that out as soon as possible, as soon as he has it, and then hopefully continue fighting him normally. And also that his light attack cannot be parried unless of course you are using Proxima or Ronin. So you want to maintain distance just like in case of Professor X, and then it's just a simple a little longer fight. Other than that, it's just straightforward. And also a little bit of chip damage is alright, because a rogue, as you know, can lifesteal with our special ones, and with the what do you call it, power seal node, if I'm not wrong, with the power seal node the lifesteal will be heals, and you can pretty much end up with a full yellow bar if you time the special one perfectly. And just like that is pretty much a simple path. Alright, we have to buy a refill here. And moving on. So you might find it really funny, but there are certain champions who are actually pretty simple, but I struggle a lot against, and Cyclops and the OG Storm are among them. I don't know what's it about me, but I happen to struggle a lot against these champions in general. You will notice that perhaps in this fight. I failed to parry them, and also I don't know, I'm just not comfortable with the animation, if I may. So still so far it's going smooth. But there is still his power with our special too, and whenever needed just do a special one so that we can heal back up to 100%, and ransom repeat that. So as you can see, we have already started to do damage in a huge scale. And also, if you use a mutant champion that gains regeneration frequently, it's even easier. But I'm using rogue just for fun, you know, because she is much more cinematic than other characters in my opinion, and especially because of the power shield node, she shines even more. So as you can see, the fight is almost pretty much over, and after that we have a couple of fights before the boss, namely Storm and Blade. I always slump again. I struggle also against Storm. Don't know why. I'm not really comfortable with her animations, and she happens to be a little bit quicker than other champions, I reckon. And also she happens to recover a lot quicker after you knock her down. So I'll be trying to play really slow against her, and also after that we have Blade, and I'll not try to kind of intercept him a lot, because if you get parried, can be detrimental, and unless of course you are using a stacked champion, for example a rank 5 star or 6 star, you would not want to take the risk, I guess. So the next fight, as you see, is Storm. And by the way, I'm recording this audio after the gameplay. It's not live, because I tend to get carried away while talking and playing at the same time, and I didn't want to mess up a lot. So I decided to play first and then, as you see, record the audio later, so that it's a little bit more convenient for me. So the next fight is Storm. I struggle a lot with her animations, as I already said, but hopefully for a majority of the players, she's a straightforward fight, and the strategy is pretty much the same. You have to, as you can see, I get caught right there, but with Rogue it's okay, we can heal back up pretty quickly. As you can see, we are back to 100%. And the strategy, of course, is pretty much the same. Like we just rush up to the SP2, I mean 2 bars of powers, and we just steal her power and ransom repeat it, and occasionally, of course, throw SP1 if we have to heal up a little bit. And ideally you would want to use an SP1 towards the end of the fight, so that you end up having full, or at least high amount of health before you begin the next fight, so that you don't even have to use any items or potions for that matter. So as you see, and I also don't tend to attack her after she's knocked down, like right here, because I have got countered back quite many times, and as you can see right there, I don't know what's up with that animation, but she seems to phase through the head whenever she's knocked down and you try to, attack her immediately. There is a possibility that you cannot touch her, and then she will counter you back, and you will be comboed back into oblivion, as Doki tends to say often, right? And that's pretty much it. Other than that, the fight is very straightforward. After that, Blade is the fight before the boss, which is pretty much simple as well. Only there are 2 things to be worried about. Number 1, as he gaining power, he can purify debuffs faster, so your parry might not be very much reliable if he has a lot of power. And apart from that, even if you get parried by him, you will take a bleed damage, and which while using 4 stars could be detrimental for you. Even though Rogue can shrug it off a lot quicker, but still, because he's only 4 star and 440, we are not going to take the chance. So we are not trying to kind of intercept him a lot, because anyway we can heal up with our special one for the cheap damage we take, and we also would not need her any further in the quest, because after this we go straight to the boss, and I shall be using Human Torch for the fight, and hopefully solo it, because it's kind of a simple one, even nodes are not much complex. And to add to that, you also have power shield, and your special attacks will be doing a lot of damage apart from the heal reversal you do with Human Torch. So the boss should be pretty much easy while using Human Torch, hopefully, and unless of course I made silly mistakes as I usually do. So as you can see, we are starting to do a lot of damage already, and we are healing up with our special one occasionally, so that is pretty much the strategy. And also, unless of course you are very confident, you don't want to try to counter blade after his special one, because there is a chance that you'll be parried and take stacks of bleed, which can pretty much kill you if you are using only a 4 star. And you just have to repeat the strategy again and again, and ideally you want to finish the fight with a special one, just like this here. It didn't kill him, but he will go down soon. One more, I think we'll need to throw one more before we can knock him down, sorry, knock him out. And after this, the path is pretty much complete, and I'll see you with the boss fight now. And as you see, finally we are the boss. So the nodes are pretty simple. Attack, transducer, enhanced, special one, which is pretty simple to evade, and of course power shield. That means your basic attacks deal no damage, but at the same time you do 400% more damage with your special attacks. So the idea is, when you use special attacks, he will try to regenerate a huge chunk of that, and with Human Torch we will just try to reverse heal that amount, and hopefully end the fight pretty easily and early. So that's pretty much the idea. And we are of course using the pre-fight ability. And as you can see, if you have more than 7 debuffs, we can reverse his healing. And as you can see, the fight is going pretty smooth. Even a 3-star human torch, I reckon, can complete this fight very easily. Or other than him, you can also use Captain America Infinity War. You can use pretty much any heal block champion, or even Void for that matter, because even he can reverse the healing effect. You can use Wasp. Her special 2 can reverse healing. You can also use Sea-Hulk, and there are a lot many counters for this fight now. Or even the OG Guillotine with a special 2 can reverse healing. So we are simply using Human Torch. First, he'll be doing damage through his Nova Flame, and also reverse the healing of Mr. Sinister. So the fight is pretty much straightforward, and I also hope that my video helps you guys clear this content without much problem. And as you can see, we are almost done with the fight. Pretty much one more special 2, a couple of hits should finish it, and boom. So anyway, that was it guys, and I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. And if you did, of course, click that like button, leave a comment, and also share with your friends and alliance mates. And also, as you know, we have only one quest left after that, and if you haven't watched the earlier ones, please don't forget to watch the others too. And also, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and click the subscribe, press the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one. And I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day ahead.